Hey guys, it's me, Aquos. Please don't mind my very crackly voice. But yeah, today we're gonna be looking at some starter decks that I made. The first starter deck is the Thunder deck, which will make sense. The first card is a Zapdash. Now we've seen Zapdash multiple times throughout the first and second devlog. But yeah, I'll just get through this effect really fast. So yeah, he does 10 damage once in your turn, because it's once, I guess he has to blue that, say, once your turn skill, so you can only use it once in your turn. I just made different skill types just to clean up the game, to make the game less wordy, like Cardz 1.0. 1.0 was really wordy, and there's a lot of different words, you had to read a lot. In this game, as you can see, you're not going to really read that much. You're mostly going to read either 1 to 2 lines of text. The only times you're reading a lot more is if you have a boss monster or something. I mean a boss fighter or something. But yeah. Ooh, also, that's the Zapdash alternate art. So this would actually be the normal Zapdash art, and this is the epic version of Zapdash. As you can see, the texture down here, the thunder lightning bolt kind of texture. I don't know why I did that. I just kind of wanted to do epics for some reason. I actually kind of think the normal art looks better than the epic version. That's kind of funny, but yeah. But yeah, same thing, except for this one has some lore on it. You guys can pause the video if you guys want to read it, but we're not going over any flavor text today, sadly. Okay, so this is a special card, Zap Attack. If you guys weren't here for the first couple of devlogs, special card just is a card that you use, do whatever it says, and goes in this card pile. That easy. So yeah, it says do 20 damage if you have a Thunder type on your field. Very simple and easy. This is a nice little thing to do some chip damage. And also, if you use it with Zapdash's effect, you can do 30 damage, which is really nice. Next up is a counter card. So counter cards you can use only on your enemy's turn. And they basically are special cards, just that you can only use them on your enemy's turn. You use them, and then they go in the discard pile. So yeah, this is block. Stop an attack if the attacker has more stamina. Which I think it's fair, because it's a very generic card to stop attacks with, so it makes sense to you have to have, your enemy has to have more stamina. This is a cool little requirement. I definitely have missed this requirement where I'll block, but then I forget my enemy has to have more stamina. I forget. Oh, this guy's pretty cool. So this is Master Zep. He's pretty powerful, but also pretty weak. But yeah, this is Master Zep. He's another Thunder type. He has 70 HP, 40 attack, which is a lot for this game. That's double the normal attack. And then 10 defense and 1 stamina, meaning that he can attack once, then he has to stay in rest mode for a turn, and then he can attack again. So he does a lot of damage, but it's super spaced out. But the reason why he's so good is because of his effect, his skill, which is a trigger skill. Shock Punch. When this card attacks a fighter, that fighter is now shocked. Shock means that that card can't attack on their owner's next turn, but it's only for that next turn. After that, they can start attacking again. And yeah, it's a status condition that Thunder mostly has. I was thinking on making it a coin flip, but I thought, nah, it might be too cluttery. So I was like, nah. This is Zip. Zip is, I think, one of Thunder's best cards. He's definitely a really good board breaker. He has 50 HP, 4 stamina, 20 attack, and 20 defense. And he has a passive skill called Zip. This card may make an extra attack on your turn, but it costs 1 stamina. So basically that means that you can just keep on attacking over and over again, which is why, how many attacks Bro can attack. And then also, there are some other cards that boost your max stamina or just give you one more stamina. So yeah, he can get busted pretty fast. Like his normal, if you were to use all his attacks, he would be able to do 80 damage. But you might be saying, wait, he's way too broken if his extra attacks can break shields. Well, they can't. His extra attacks can't break shields. Only normal attacks can break shields, which I thought would be fair. The Z-Kid. Z-Kid has 50 HP, 2 stamina, 40 attack, and 20 defense. He has a once-a-year turn skill called Z-Beat. Do 10 damage for every fighter on your field. Pretty nice card. He's actually a normal type, not a thunder type. He's probably a thunder type deck. This is Turbo Dash. So Turbo Dash is a rank card. I haven't showed ranks yet. Ranks are like a really cool idea. Well, they're basically stages from Pokemon now that I'm saying about it. But I like the name though. I like the name. The name is really cool. So yeah, like I just said, it's basically just Pokemon evolutions, but just for my game. There is a difference. You can use like, I guess I'll just say de-evolution for you guys to understand. You can use the DL, like let me just show you. So yeah, for this rank you need Zap Dash. So let's say I played Zap Dash, and then I went into my rank. You guys didn't see that. I went into my rank. I would be able to use Zap Dash's effect and his effect too, which I think is just kind of fun. I think this is a really fun idea. So that means the higher your rank are, the more effects you're gonna have, the more stuff you can do. It's like you would have a card that's like, I don't know, like a rank 4. You're doing 4 effects on like you're doing 4 effects. Okay, first I activate my first rank effect, and I'll go and do. So yeah, so your first rank, this is a rank 1, but under your rank 1 would be a rank 0. But it doesn't actually say on the card, but that's what I'm just gonna call it, rank 0. But yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to use it. Oh, actually, 4. You're rank 4. Yeah, sorry, I'm having too much fun thinking about it. But this Turbo Dash was 90. Oh yeah, and then also the way I balance ranks, or like how I balance these stats, is that basically they just get plus 20 whoever their last rank stats was, basically. So that Dash had 20 attack and 20 defense, 2 stamina, and 70 HP. So he just got plus 20 on all those stats. I don't know, it just made sense to me, so that's what I did. He has a trigger effect. When this card is killed, draw 1 card. It sounds really good, but usually you're not going to get that draw, because usually when you get him out, you probably have already drawn all your cards. Which is still okay. He still is a really good beat stick. And then here's the boss card of the Thunder deck. Shock Shot Dragon. Oh my goodness, that name is so hard. I'm just gonna call him Shock Dragon for the time being, because Shock Shot Dragon is slightly confusing and kind of annoying to say. But here's a new skill that you guys haven't seen yet. This is a requirement skill right here in the yellow. Discard 2 Thunder types to play this card. So yeah, you have to discard 2 Thunder types to play this card, which is pretty normal. And he has 40 attack, 40 defense, 4 stamina, and then 140 HP, which is really nice at 140. Everything else is like, okay, but that 140 HP, that's so good. Then his skill is once in your turn. Once in your turn, or he has a once per turn skill called Speed Up. Draw 1 card. If that card is a Thunder type, do 20 damage. Which is a really good effect. It's just that, well, you're not going to be able to do it again, because usually you're going to get him out like later in the game, so you're probably not going to be able to do that, which is sad. So he's just really just a beat stick too, but just a beat stick with a lot of HP. And this is another kind of card, but it's not block. This is Zip Zap Dodge. Stop an attack that would hit a Thunder type, then draw a card. This one you actually probably will be able to draw a card off of, but it specifically says stop a Thunder type, which is why I gave it the draw effect, because that's only for Thunder. It's not like there's other types that you can do that with. And then the last card of the Thunder deck, Zappin' Town. It's an arena card. All your fighters get +1 to their max stamina. All Thunder types attacks can be stopped, which is pretty nice. So as you can see, Zappin' Town is very fair because like your cards that aren't Thunder type, they still get something, and then your cards that are Thunder types, they get something. So basically, it just to kind of show that Thunder is a very flexible deck. Thunder is like the starter of starter decks, basically, where you can kind of branch out into any deck you want, and you probably will keep something in Thunder, because everything in Thunder has like some kind of value in a different type of deck, because most of their effects aren't that type specific. Well, except for... So yeah, overall, I think I gave the Thunder deck like... Also, guys, I did this during the night, and then I did this during the day, so if the lighting looks different, that's wild, because I just kept on just changing around the, the first part of this video was during the night, and this part is during the day, which is kind of funny. But yeah, overall, I'll give, the Thunder deck is a B rank deck, which is pretty good. Its damage output is really, really good. That's like its selling point, how much damage it just puts out. Where you're basically usually two-shotting stuff as how much damage you're doing. And then its seb speed is its other selling point, is that it sets up so fast that it's probably the fastest deck in the game currently, how fast it can set up. And then its end board is actually its weakest thing, because its end board is, you can set up its end board really fast. It's just the thing that it's really weak, and to balance it out. It's a good end board, but it's not that good. It's basically just filled with just beat sticks. And then Thunder's recovery is horrible. Usually Thunder can survive, but after, like, if you break their board once, usually they're not coming back. If you get rid of most of their important pieces, which is a lot of things, but if you can't do that, they kind of just lose, basically. So their recovery is really bad, but usually they don't have to even worry about it because they're doing too much damage for you to even do anything against it. And then they got like this draw power. They have like so much draw power, meaning that they always have something in their hand. There's no time where they don't have at least 2 or 1 card in their hand. Most other decks, they have 1 card in their hand most of the time, because usually they get through most of their stuff and then they kind of sit in there like a sitting duck. Thunder, on the other hand, keeps on getting cards. Yeah, that's another thing that makes Thunder good. But its recovery is bad, its inboard is bad, but its sub speed is really good, and damage output is really good. So for damage output, I'll say that's a 4. Sub speed is a 5. Inboard is like a 2.5. Recovery is like a 1. See how that was Thunder deck. Okay, so this one is the Fire deck. And yeah, here we got Flame here. This is his epic version. Let's go over Flame real quickly. He's a Fire type with 60 HP, 3 stamina, 30 attack, and 10 defense. And for reference, the base amount of like stats would be Zap Dash over here. He's like the base, basically. Yeah, that's the base stats, basically. How much you usually will have for a base card. If you guys want to like kind of see how good that is, just compare with that. Yeah. And then his skill is a trigger skill called Blazing Spirit. When this card kills a fighter, this card gets +1 stamina, which is really nice. So then you could just keep on fighting. One problem that Fire has is that they really need stamina, because they run out of stamina really fast. Oh, and then this is Flame's alternate art, which is really cool. There's some cool lore here. If you look at the flavor text, it's pretty cool. They explain like the alternate art. It's really cool art. And then next up, we have Blazing Samurai. He has a no skill. Skill basically means that he doesn't have any skill. And he has 60 HP, 1 stamina, 40 attack, and 30 defense. So he's a pretty good card. The only thing that makes him bad is that 1 stamina. If he just had just 2 stamina, that would have made him so much better. But no, he only has 1. That's what's taking him down. But to help him out, we have Flay, which is actually Flame's sister, which I thought was cool. Anyway, so yeah, she has 90 HP, which is a lot. It's a nice amount of HP. 10 attack, 20 defense, and 1 stamina also. And her effect is, or her skill is a passive skill called Warm Glow. All fire types get +1 to their max stamina. So that means his max stamina would actually be 2 now. So that means when he rests and then comes out and then goes back to attack, and then he'll have 2. He'll regain 2 because his max stamina will be 2 now. Their cards behind one of their cards, then that card can't attack, which is really nice. So yeah, you can do some tomfoolery with this card. It's really fun. And also, she's a fire wind type, not just fire, which, yeah, nice. And then her second skill is a once per game skill. Search for a Kenoshi card. So she can search for, well, she can only search for Emperor Kenoshi or Kai. Wait, bro, these names are so long. I'll just say Kai. She can only really search for Kai because there's no other Kenoshi cards in the game currently. Which is still a really nice combo, though, getting, like, both of them. I should probably make it an extra play, because Fire really needs something. They need some kind of combo, because they're just kind of really slow. Well, I shouldn't say they're really slow, but they're not. They can't catch up with Thunder. Oh, also, wait, before we go on to the next card, another thing that's really nice about Lyn is that she has really good resistances. If you look past her weakness and look at her resistance, she resists Thunder and Wind by 20, which is really good because usually your resistance is only 10, but she got a 20, which is really nice. That means you could really abuse her. You could really abuse her resistances against like a Thunder or a Wind deck, and then just kind of stall until you get something good, which is really nice. Then we have Blaze Katana. Blaze Katana is an item card. Oh my god, I'm stuttering so bad. Just to stop the attack. And then the last card is Emperor's Fortress, arena card. Once on your turn, all non-fire types take 10 damage. And then water and wind types do 10 less damage. Which makes sense. I mean, it's like a fiery palace. So yeah, fire is definitely a really aggressive type of deck. Okay, so now it's time for Fire's ranking. It's a C plus. It's a C plus rank deck, meaning that it's just under. It's just under the Sunder deck, which it's okay because it does have a resistance to Sunder, so a 10 resistance to Sunder, so that's something. But yeah, it's so now we're gonna go into its stats. Its setup speed is like it's kind of slow. It's kind of slow. So its setup speed, it's slow. It's like slow for let's say you're comparing it to Sunder, but like as a normal deck, it isn't like that slow. But if you compare it to Sunder, it feels slow. So I'll say its setup speed is like probably a 2.5. Then its damage output is kind of bad too because most of them have 1 stamina, so they're not putting out that much damage consistently. So, but like they do a lot of damage, it's that it's not consistent. So I'll have to say like damage out. It feels weird because Fire has a bunch of effects that do so much damage, but usually those effects are only on cards that you have to like make. Like usually that's only on your boss cards that cost a lot to get them on the field. So like if you don't get them out, then their damage output is lower. So I'll just say their damage output is a 3. Then because like their boss cards kind of balance out how less damage they're doing. So I'll just say 3. Then the recovery, it's definitely not as bad as Sunder, but it's not like the most best recovery in the game. So I'll have to give its recovery like a 2.5. And then its end board is so powerful, bro. So powerful. Its end board is so powerful. It does it like the boom effects, do boom boom, like it's so powerful. So I'll have to give that like a 4 because that end board is so good, bro.